Good day everyone, so if you type in the word Kokomi into my channel, you'll find about 180 videos on her, just from the title alone. There's probably more. So I just want to say thank you guys for the number of views and for absolutely out-ratioing all the haters. I really do appreciate it. You can see here most of the videos doing really well, and it's thanks to you guys, the channel sub. So you guys are absolutely awesome. Thanks so much. And I think whilst I was going through my videos, I found an interesting video, a private video that was released on the 19th of September 2021, and these were my initial thoughts before Kokomi's release. So I don't know what this video is about, I can't even remember it, but let's react to it. Let's see how much my sort of thoughts have changed since then, and let's just see whether past me has actually any sense of, I don't know, a bit of knowledge, or what, or if there are any embarrassing takes in it. I think this will be interesting. And then just a reminder, because we're reacting to an older video, this video itself will be a bit long, so please do forgive it. And of course the audio and mic quality way back when is not as good as it's now, so just bear a bit with it. So let's see, past me, what do you have to say? Hi everyone, I hope you're doing really well. So I hope you're excited for the new character by Kokomi. It's not Kokomi, it's Kokomi. I've studied Japanese. I can read and write. How I butchered her pronunciation is just beyond me. But then again, I'm not even, my native language is not even English itself. So I'll forgive my past self on this, but it's a bit embarrassing, really. That's coming up in about a few days' time. So I've been looking at the official sources, looking at what her kit's all about. So apparently what it seems to me, she's like this hybrid. So she's basically a healer, but that her attack scales off of her max HP, which is really quite cool. The most interesting part about Kokomi's kit for me was actually the jellyfish. At first I thought, well, perhaps this could be quite cool, because if you look at the background, we've got a Shingshu in this sort of... Can I just say, these specters are so goddamn annoying. This is why you need Kokomi, so you can just hit them no matter where they are. Or Yoimiya. Then again, Yoimiya's targeting is finally fixed, but way back when, ugh. With perma interruption comp that I'm playing. And one of the cool things with the jellyfish is, instead of having these range swords, you could have like a jellyfish that follows you around. And why do you need a jellyfish to follow you around? Like that logic is something that I still don't get, because if the jellyfish follows you around and you've got constructs like Ganyu's ult, Shenhe's ult, Rosaria's elemental burst, and you move around with your jellyfish, you can actually unfreeze enemies. In more modern sort of gaming, what you'd want to do is you want to group up everyone with Kazuha, which kind of defeats the point of having a moving jellyfish. So this is very, very, very ignorant from my past self. Constantly applies Hydro and like heals your team. Now that would be like really, really cool, because then you don't need to shield, because you can always like iframe with Ayaka and with the Raiden Shogun, and then we've got no stamina. When you do take damage, like when you're out of stamina, for instance, oh, okay, then it would be quite cool to have the healing. But here, it's awesome to have someone that you can just use to take damage. You can recover, have her on field whilst all your other characters are on cooldown, recover stamina. That is really the cool thing about Kokomi. So let's just continue. It's the big problem is, okay, Kokomi's jellyfish, from what I understand, currently does not follow the character around. So you would have to refresh it at the spot that you're at, which is kind of a bit annoying, because I can't believe I said that. In that regard, why on earth would I run her over a Shinshu or even a Barbara? I mean, with Barbara you can... Did I actually say that? Did I actually say why run her if you've got Shinshu and Barbara? Oh my god, that is just... Whoo! That's... Oh, past me, you know what, we're gonna hit the dislike button. We're gonna out-ratio you on this, because that's just no. Just pop the healing, and wherever you go, it'll like wave out, and then you've still got the wet state. Wave out? What am I saying? It's applied to you. So in that regard, I think Kokomi's got, if they don't buff... You can hear how my pronunciation on Kokomi sort of switches between that English, Japanese, and also in terms of my native, like the three languages. You can hear I'm like mixing it up. It is so funny. For jellyfish to follow you around, then I'm probably not going to pull for her, because I think that is like a big deal. Like, I just No, no. Her jellyfish not following around is no, no. Like in this instance, I want the jellyfish to be active. I don't want to have Kokomi on the field. Because what? She's not going to be a damage dealer primarily. I just want to say to my past self, the amount of main DPS Kokomi videos that you've made in the future sorely disproves what you've just said. It is embarrassing. She's only going to be there once I've burned all my other cooldowns. But it's in particular... Do you guys notice how sloppy my gameplay is in the background? Like even just that, you can see it with Raiden Shogun, just like... Look at this. My other cooldowns. I'm literally hitting rain swords to Narnia. Like the cooldown usage, I've noticed like whilst looking at this video, my ability usage and tempo of gameplay is just way too slow to what I'm currently used to. But it's in particular in a team comp like this, which is like extremely fast. You can see you've got to admit that's the coolest Kujosara dodge you've ever seen. We always have our ultimate backup. You can see with Kujosara, and then I think afterwards, yep, there's Raiden. Why am I so slow? Why? I could have popped Kujosara's ult, it would automatically target, then I can then run forward with Raiden, catch the buff, and then, oh my god. There's Xingshu. There's no real place to have like a unit that's going to also take a lot of on-field time. I'm not sure exactly for how long Kokomi stays in her little watery, like, I don't know what you call it, state. But the big problem is if she's going to take up too much field time, then I wouldn't really want to use her. This is the same thing with Raiden Shogun, and this is something a lot of people don't do. You can cancel early. You can choose how long you want her on the field. That's exactly what Tsukokumon does really well. So a bad take again, you can use her for as long as you need to use her for damage if you want to see it that way. You want like Xingshu, a unit that you can quick swap into and that you can swap off, and especially if we get more corrosion like mechanics or even oh my god, the server, like this is way back when they still had like a buggy server and you just like slide like zzz, like with Zhongli. That's just so funny, like monsters and stuff, then obviously in the future having that healing would be much more appreciated than just a damage reduction. By the way, in the background footage, the server, I don't know what's going on. I think there's like a bit of server lag or something, so it seems like everyone's like teleporting, so it's just like something weird that I saw. Yeah, we're noticing it as well. But getting back to Kokomi, I think my ult used to hit so hard. Big problem with her is apparently she has like a negative crit rate, so you can't actually do any crit damage. So hopefully her scaling based off her HP. And little did I know that Kokomi's passive, the flawless strategy, is actually such a strong ability because it's the core essence of what defines her role compression. I did not understand it at that time, but her not critting is what makes her good, contrary to what a lot of people think. It's like really crazy, because if it isn't really and she does like lackluster damage, then you are honestly better off using Xingshu or whatever. I have played like the floor 11 with the corrosion effect, and I can honestly promise you that you just need Barbara, you just need Dione. And this is the thing, Kokomi was never about the corrosion. Like, she was never a solution to a problem. Kokomi is way more than just corrosion. In fact, one of the things about her role compression is that she can actually enable you to tank a lot of damage and to deal with these sort of bleeding effects. It's sufficient, but it's not a necessary aspect for Kokomi. So yes, in a certain sense, I do agree with my past self. Kokomi was never about corrosion, as much as people want to pretend it is. She's way more than that. No, like Chi-Chi and even Jean that I'm sort of showcasing here, but they are more than enough. I don't think that MiHoYo has planned the corrosion effect just for Kokomi, because Thank you. I've said this since the beginning. You guys can hear it on record. Kokomi is not about corrosion. I can't see why you would substitute her out for any of the other characters, but having a jellyfish that follows you around, like no, not following you around, no. Like these rain swords, that would be really quite cool. I think because you can stand stationary with Kokomi and she's got a very good range, the enemies will tend to come in towards you, and if they don't come in towards you, you just stand your ground, hit them from range. That's like the cool thing about Kokomi. It's the same with his perpetual mechanical array. I can hit him even if he's up there in the sky with Kokomi and Shingshu's rain swords. So Kokomi, Shingshu, also a very strong pairing. There'll be a point in this video where my team's going to take a lot of damage, and I think that'll then highlight sort of my use case for Kokomi. The other problem is Kokomi is someone that wants to, she's got like the ability to move freely on water, so unless we've got like movable platforms or like much more the entirety of the intros and outros in your future videos will be predicated on her walking on water. Literally, we're sabotaging a slime balloon walk on water, and we're going to get 800,000 views on that video. So what you're talking about is absolute nonsense. Walking on water is actually great. Of an abyss that gives you like a bit of tongue-in-cheek there, across, which would be really cool. I can't really yes, please give us more terrain to fight across MiHoYo. Make it fun. Make me use Ayaka Ice Bridge. I want this. This is what makes the game. That is content. What the use of that is, except for where I think it's that island where she comes from, Sangonomiya or Watatsumi Island. What am I saying? Watatsumi Island. Unless you're on that island, then and you get like 10 seconds. I don't know. It's a bit gimmicky, her entire. It's not gimmicky. It's the entire reason why she's our queen. What are you talking about? So if you look here on screen, you can see this is exactly where I would love a jellyfish to apply the wet state. And in your future videos, this is exactly what I've showcased so many times. You've got characters that are on low health, you've put down a jellyfish because your enemy is also stationary, and that enables you to do way more DPS without needing a shield. Quick E and you can now cycle between all your units and you can heal them up. Bennett does something very similar as well. And then obviously try and heal up my team. But if I have to now first refresh, then it's a bit of a waste of time. No comment, you're just an idiot. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's my thoughts on Kokomi. So let's see how she plays out. Cheers. And very interestingly, she has been she played out as one of the strongest and best units that I've used on my account. I absolutely love Kokomi. It is interesting how much my gameplay style and a lot of the thoughts and opinions that I've had have changed, but yeah, a lot of these things in the video is quite wrong. And I think knowing now what we know in hindsight, we can clearly say that Kokomi was a pretty well designed character. That's why we've got 180 videos dedicated in some form or way to her, and that's why we love her. But yeah, guys, thank you so much if you're still sticking around for watching with me, and let me know what you thought about my past self. I thought he was an absolute idiot, and he's been proven wrong countless times in all of these videos. Cheers.